Hey everyone, this is Hill Street Soul, and you're tuned in to The Core with the Millennial Coach, discussing topics on real life. Check it out. Everywhere you go, don't forget the ghetto. Listen to The Core.
What up, coaches? It's me, the Millennial Coach, and you're locked into The Core. I am talking about love, money, and relationships. So let's not waste too much time today. And I'm still in my outfit. Okay, so I want to caveat one thing. Yeah, I've had the jeans that I'm wearing since 2003, right? And I think, I don't know, these two at the time, they were like 220 pounds at the time. I'm sure, I don't know how much jeans cost now, probably more or less, I don't know. They are a tad tight, but I also found out the other day, I have over 5 fibroids. I'm even scared to phone the doctor with the results. And so I feel quite bloated. So I am back in my process of reducing by about 80% carbohydrates and really focusing on my health for the next rest of my life. So if you are suffering from fibroids, we're going to do a health session anyway, because I've had endometriosis since day dot, and I've done a lot of different things, and there's been a lot of success in terms of reducing pain, etc. So we'll go into that another time. But welcome to The Core. I am the Millennial Coach, and we're talking about love, relationships, and money. Okay, I'm not a singer, as you can tell, but I do like to have a little sing-song here and there. Don't we all, right? Anyway, so The Core is a show all about leadership in different elements in both your personal and professional life. So please stay tuned for day 3, 4, and 5 of this subject, because I'm looking at different areas and you might just resonate. So tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button up, down, the side. I don't even know where it is. And also, if you want the full length of this in-depth research, which I tend to do a lot of research. And the reason I do a lot of research, I've got a degree in journalism, okay? And you really cannot be doing any kind of show without facts. Because first of all, I haven't got any money if someone wants to sue me, right? And secondly, in the UK, America, again, when America has a cold, the UK sneezes, right? Or when America sneezes, the UK catches a cold. That's the saying. What happens in America is someone says something, you lot are rushing for cease and desist. I'm suing you because you touched my cheek and it's assault. In the UK, I'm just being real with a lot of you guys. You try that over here, no one's even going to acknowledge your letter or your email, simply because we don't have that culture of, oh my God, I'm going to sue you. Like, we don't have that here. So, and also, anyway, there's other things I'll talk about with the States, because I find it fascinating. There's a lot of things that you guys can avoid that can actually help you have a much more harmonious way of dealing with human beings, i.e. your police force. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a whole completely different subject. In the UK, the police don't have guns and just, stop you. Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. I think in the UK, the civilians are a little bit too disrespectful to the police, actually. And the police can be rough, and the police, as a side note, they're not always nice to certain, my people at times. And I'm saying this because of history of what's occurred with my own brother being stopped by police as suspicious. I've had a friend tell me that he was taken to the back of a police van and roughed up when he was about 8. So, there's things that I've done a show on racism, so I will be discussing all of the above, because there's a lot that I have to say as someone who works in leadership and is a coach, and also knows that you don't need excessive force, guns, and that level of brutality. If you think, or you're alleging someone's done something, you just don't need that. But let's get to the lecture, back to the lecture at hand, okay? So we are going to be talking to you guys about a range of different topics or areas surrounding this topic of relationships, love, and money. Day two. I want to talk about income, savings, and debt are results of your inner wealth set points, right? So when we're in relationships, we tend to analyze what people earn and how they earn their money, but we don't ask them to teach us to be as successfully wealthy as the other person. Now, I'm a nosy person. I'm like, how did you make whatever? I want to learn. So I just think that we need to also take a step back. And as I say, when we go into relationships, we go into the money section of the relationship, we go into people's debt, and we go into people's wealth. But we look at how earning and our savings and debt tend to think that they are a result of a variety of external factors beyond our control, and the mistakes, especially if it's negative, that we've made. When you realize that you actually started with your wealth set points back when you were like 3 or 4, right? Everything happened based on the result of what you were exposed to in the family home. And then that bled into your young adulthood. And if you were not controlled with your finances, guess what? You made mistakes. You got into debt. You didn't know how to get out of debt. And this is why I love the Come Up series. This is why I love Earn Your Leisure, guys. Richard. Hey. So this is why I like those the shows, because it's, and Ian Dunlop, they're teaching people about how to maximize financial wealth and minimize debt. Your set point is where you started and what your belief system was related to money. Money is energy, and we're going to go into that on day 5, but money is energy. If you have fear of accumulating wealth, it's going to show up in your house, your clothing, your hair, all the above. If you have a mediocre way of thinking of money, you might have a lot of money sometimes, and then you have none for a while. Then a lot of money sometimes and none for a while. Then if you think, then your mindset, if you have a success mindset, and it doesn't matter whether you have a lot of money or not a lot of money, you always believe money flows to you frequently and easily. So what are your affirmations that you are placing in the universe in terms of money? So I want to talk about money shame. Money shame, money shame. So I talk about shame a lot in leadership and leading. And the reason I'm talking about leadership, because if you are a traditional woman like me, I want my husband that I'm waiting for to lead us into success with me by his side. But let me caveat that. If a man doesn't know what he's doing with money, I'd prefer he tells me than lead us into shame, which is a black hole of unsuccessful strategies that didn't work, get rich quick schemes. That's not the kind of man I'm trying to follow. I'm trying to follow someone who's strategic, who thinks not just about themselves, but me, and if we have children or I've got bonus children, I want him to think about, if we have debt, how do we want to tackle it? If we want to build properties or buy properties, what do we need to do? If I'm not that invested in doing that, would it be still a good idea for that person to move forward? Because I don't want to block someone's blessing, even if I might not necessarily agree with something, a financial decision. Sometimes you have to, if you really know and can see the value of something, don't shame somebody because your wealth set points are quite low if somebody has an abundance mindset. Really important for you to understand that. Really important. So Barry Tesler, there's a book, right? Looking at money shame with Barry Tesler. How many of us were taught skills and tools for understanding relating to money. As young children, as adolescents, and even as adults, where you're given a financial education or even an emotion on an emotional level or practical level, dare I say, even on a spiritual level. So this is why I say that money is spiritual. One of the things that Barry Tesler talks about, B-A-R-I, by the way, not B-A-R-R-Y, get clear on your money paradigm. So your set points, your wealth points, it starts with the family. If your family say, I don't have enough money, or I'm broke, or I'm a poor man, or I'm a rich man, or whatever, you are going to adopt that mindset. It might be subconscious, but eventually it shows up in everything you do. Okay? Self-diagnose any financial traumas and work them out. This is why, if you date, be clear about your debt. First of all, again, America, this student debt of 100,000, I don't even understand why that's even allowed. Why should you even pay for education? I was the last year in the UK to get free education at university. But in the UK, you can do a degree apprenticeship for free. And that means you get your Bachelor of Science, Honours, whatever, or your Master's or your PhD, free of charge if you go and do an apprenticeship in the area that you're interested in and it is already paid for. So this is why you don't have to go to university. You can go into an area, a subject that you love, and work from entry level while you're getting your degree and being paid for it. So this university debt that we're actually now gravitating towards in the UK, and then everyone's crying that they can't get on the housing ladder and all that. If you got good parents, or you got generous parents, or you got the space, stay in the house. If your parents are easy, what are you rushing out for? If your parents haven't got a problem with you coming home at 4 a.m. most nights, or listen, you need someone to pick up your Amazon parcels, man. If they're retired, they're chilling, they want to cook for you. They don't rush off, because when your parents get old, you are missing out on goodness. So, but I would say buy yourself a flat, a small one, out of town, and rent it out. There's 5% mortgages. They're even trying to bring in the 1% mortgage in the UK. So we've got so many different strategies to actually become wealthy, but we choose to live in a different paradigm or a different way of thinking based on our money paradigm, rather. So it's important to self-diagnose. I have this much debt. I have this much savings. And that's why if I have debt, the reason I don't get emotional, because my debt is much lower than the amount that I have saved. Always remember, if you can afford to pay for something twice with the money you have saved, then you're winning on so many levels. And if it outweighs your debt, you're good. Pain avoidance. So believe it or not, paying for something in cash lights up the main pain centers in our brain. The same pain centers which light up when you decide that a burning stove is a great place for an arm to rest. Granted, the pain isn't as much, but it is still there as you experience a sense of loss as you hand over cash. Using plastic doesn't light up the pain centers in the brain because you don't have to pay for it right now. So good old future self can handle that Visa bill when it comes. Okay, so this is Barry Tesler. I like to use a debit card because, first of all, I do spend cash like water. So I try not to have it in my wallet. But if you can put a couple of £100 in your wallet, the reason that's good, because sometimes you go somewhere and they don't take cards. Look, ladies, we know when we go to the nail shop, they're telling you to transfer money. First of all, I don't want to have my bank account connected to their bank account. I don't want that, No, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't want to keep transferring money. That's too personal to me. I'd rather give you the cash. So I like to have cash for doing my nails or pop into the shop to get something, or, it's always useful if you go to a fair. Now everyone's got card machines, which is handy. I prefer a card because I calculate better with using a card. When I have cash, I spend it till it's gone. A scarcity mindset, which we mentioned earlier. So monkey brain likes to hoard. Monkey brain believes that there are no bananas available tomorrow, so he makes hay, or rather gathers bananas today while the sun is shining. For example, when you go looking for houses to buy and you fall in love with the one which is just perfect for you but is £25,000 out of your price range, your monkey brain will tell you that there will never ever be another house just like that one, and you have to have it now. Or you wind up by living in a van by the river. So this is all based on Barry Tesla's book or information. So what that is it's called ants, automatic negative thoughts. So if you experience something called ants, it's normal. And if you're trying to have a paradigm shift from negative to positive, you have to keep believing, affirming, and trusting that what you want and what you're experiencing is real and you deserve to have it. That scarcity mindset can transition. But can I say one thing? When anyone tells you, look, it's 30 days to change your paradigm, it's 60 days. Let me just be real with you. When you're trying to change yourself, I love watching transformation videos on body weight. The reason I like watching it, because when you saw someone at 600 pounds who's now 128 pounds, that to me is like, that dedication and to change their behavior was not something that took 30 days. It was something where they had to continuously work on themselves. So your mind, you need to work on it every single day. Do not believe that 30 days your mindset's going to change. That's why the law of attraction doesn't work for many people, because 30 days doesn't change anything. It's a lifetime habit that changes what you need it to change. So that's it from me. But I do want to thank you for watching, listening, and vibing with me, the Millennial Coach, today. So if you want the full length of the shows, they're down below. The links are down below. And it will take you straight to Mixcloud, and you can check out all the shows I've done. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And remember, I'm a child of immigrants, so we are looking to, push this channel up. Okay, so I want to say thank you. I hope that you heard what I say and you listened well. Okay, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing. I am the Millennial Coach. Peace.